Hello and welcome back to Daybound. In today's episode we're gonna work on a mini game, but before we do any of that, there's something that I need to do right here in the shopping district. It's got nothing to do with the PIG that we built in the last episode. It's got to do with that shop right here. This is Hoodie's gold shop that he built a few weeks ago, and there's a big problem with that shop. I don't know if you notice it. It's being held by an Enderman. And we're playing in Minecraft 1.18, the rain update, the update where it rains all the time, and we have a shop being held by an Enderman. That's a big problem, and we need to solve it right away, but I think I have the perfect solution for that. There we go, the Enderman is now fully protected from the rain and will not run away to another dimension with our gold shop. So now we can start working on today's project and go build a minigame. And that new minigame that we're gonna build is gonna be another wall on that box here that we are building. So let's start with the wall itself so that we can have a better idea of what the game is gonna be like. So as you can see, it's split into two sections. So it's gonna be a two-player game, and as the title of the video kind of already said, it's gonna be a cooperative game, so both players will be playing together, but just each one in their own section. It's gonna be kind of a puzzle solving game, kind of like an escape the room game, sort of, but it's gonna be also involving a tiny bit of parkour. So let's see, just have a little look at how it's gonna go. So let's say I grab all of that. So let's say on the yellow side there's gonna be a piece of wool like that, with a pressure plate on top. That's gonna lead to a piston on the other side. So let's say I'm the orange player and I step on the pressure plate. It's gonna push out an orange block on the side of the green player so that the green player can now jump on it. It's gonna open a path for the green player basically, so they can jump on it, maybe jump somewhere else, eventually find another pressure plate where they're going to be able to push out a block for the yellow player. So yeah, that's kind of the idea for this game. It's going to be super cooperative. They're going to have to communicate a lot about what they can do or what they need, all of that stuff. So I'm not going to say more than that about the game because I don't want to reveal too much. That's the main idea basically. So I'm going to build it now and I'm going to bring you back when it's done. And that's the finished product. So there's lots of colors everywhere. I did make a big effort to choose colors that wouldn't be easy to confuse. So there's purple, but there's no magenta because they really look close to one another. Same with light blue and cyan. They kind of look very similar, so I think it works well. And I put a black background and some white blocks as stepping blocks everywhere, just to make sure it doesn't interfere with the color patterns either. So I think that works pretty well. The one thing that I really didn't think of is light. So yeah, there's torches, a few torches dotted around. That's enough to light up the game for now until I figure out a better solution. I thought of putting, I don't know, jack-o'-lanterns or stuff like that in the walls, but that would have just felt weird, and redstone lamps wouldn't really have fit, because if we look at the game from behind, it's a lot of spaghetti monster. So yeah, couldn't really fit any light very well back here. It would have really been complicated. It was complicated enough already to connect everything, so yeah. So the goal of the game is gonna be, as I mentioned, to find a path to get up, for each player to get up there, up on top of the game, until they reach these two gold blocks here. So there are pressure plates on top of those gold blocks, and if both players are standing on those at the same time, it will start a victory event that I didn't figure out yet. So I'm going to work on that a bit later. But before we do that, I'm not done making mini games. I want to work on this one a bit more and start the second level of this game. So I prepared the area a little bit more, and you might remember at first I wanted this game to be super tall, have many levels all on top of each other. But I kind of changed my mind now. I'm gonna keep it the same height as these ones because I think it's better to be consistent with that kind of thing, since it's all gonna be enclosed in the same area when I put my final game on that side. So yeah, it kind of limits the space that I have to work, but I think we can manage something with this. So I added a little contraption on the side here. Well, first let me start the game. It's just to add some background noise, of course. So here in this dropper, which I'm gonna need to rename eventually, I need to not forget that. If I put this the token that we get when we beat the first level and I press on the button, it opens a door. We can grab the token again, so it opens the door that will lead to the second level, to the top floor there. And we can, if we turn the game off, it will close the door. It's a super simple little system. I can show it to you if we go behind here. It's super compact. I was very lucky with that. It's right on top of the that beacon that we use for the maze. But I was super lucky. It's right next to the beacon. But yeah, it's just an item filter, a regular item filter, and we get a signal from that piece of dust here and send it into a little memory circuit here that detects if the game is running and if we open the door, and it opens the door. So it's a very simple thing, super compact. I'm very happy that it worked out so easily. So let's head on top here and start working on that level here. So we get on top here, either we get on top of that gold block when we beat level 1, or we get here if we skip it because we already beat it. And there's this block here that retracts, that extends and retracts. So that's kind of where the game is gonna start. It's gonna be a good starting point for either level. So if I put another one here, I think it's gonna be far enough that, yeah, you have to step on this block here. And I want to be super mean, and I'm gonna put another block right here. So first this one's gonna extend, then this one, and then this one. It's a bit mean, but yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna work. So you're gonna have to stand on top of this block here, and then you'll get to jump. I won't put a retracting block for that. I think I'm just gonna put one here. Is it? Might make it a bit easier by putting it here. Yeah, that's better like that. So that's gonna be it for the first segment of the game. Then there's gonna be another segment till we reach the end over there. So I'm gonna work on the timings. I'm gonna bring you back just to show you how it's gonna work. Okay, so that's the timing that I'm gonna go with. It works. I managed to make it to this the tinted glass block over there. I'm gonna attempt to make it on camera just to prove that it can be beat. So let's try this out. Yes, first try, awesome. I didn't attempt it 17 times before that. Okay, now we can work on the other one. Also, I added a little floor here because it really made things easier to test out. So if we take a look at it, oh, remove my elytra. Well, first of all, we're gonna turn it off because it's super noisy. So, as you can see, this little floor that I added, I'm gonna remove it eventually, but it kind of shows that I can't even like use that layer to put blocks that stick out, or well, any blocks. Yeah, I can use that layer because you need to jump like on that layer here. So it really restricts the room that I have, but we can, as I said, we can work things out pretty easily. So I think I'm just gonna make like a part where you have to go down and then you can go back up. I'm not too sure yet, so I'm gonna I'm gonna figure things out and I'm gonna bring you back when I have a clearer idea. So I kind of got carried away and built the entire thing. Last time we spoke, the player was on top of that glass block here. So now they can jump down and fall down that part and manage to find a way on top of that block here. When they do, they then have to run across until they reach that block here, and then they can jump up, turn around, and keep on jumping till they reach that gold block here. The one thing that I'm a bit sad about is that I couldn't fit in a checkpoint, kind of like what I have here. So you really have, if you fall, you have to start from the start of the level. It's a bit annoying, but these two parts here in the middle, they're really not that hard. Once you find how to do it, it's like there's no challenge at all. So it's really just this first one here and this last one. And honestly, that last one is really not that hard either. Again, once you figure out the timing and when you should jump, it's pretty easy. So that's it for this game, and that's gonna be it for the episode today. Today we built 2 mini games, so that's kind of a jam-packed episode. In the next episode we're gonna go back to my home to build some more stuff around there, around my little farmhouse. So thank you so much for watching. Please click on that like button if you enjoyed, or that dislike button if you did not. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.